I am Thomas George. I'm a director in Aristo, India. I take care of the manufacturing, the sourcing, and accounts and HR. So we started Aristo in 2011. So before that, I did my studies in Kerala till 12th standard, and then I went to Singapore, and then I did my mechatronics diploma, and then I proceeded to do Triple E engineering from Northumbria University off campus in Singapore, and then I worked for about 5 years in the pharmaceutical and instrumentation engineering division. So completely not related to interiors. I was from the robotics and automation background, no? So, and then one fine day, Thomas's dad, Thomas from Kelachandra Vineyard Industries, the founder of Kelachandra Vineyard Industries is C.T. Marcos, that is my uncle. So he came along to Singapore while returning back from US, and he told me that there's a lot of opportunities in India, and he wanted to get me into sourcing of wood timber products from Malaysia, Indonesia, and that region, Southeast Asia, is blessed with a lot of timber. So I had no clue. He had told me, why don't you source Morbau and supply to me? And I've never heard of Morbau and all that. So I went to the Forest Institute in Malaysia and started, studying about timber, how a walnut looks, how a Morbau looks, how a teak looks, and that's how I started my journey into wood. And we actually started out with a trading company. We registered a trading company in Singapore, me and Thomas, and we started to source kitchen cabinets from a company in Malaysia. They were a very high-end kitchen producer, and we had some high-end clientele here, and that's how we started to supply kitchen cabinets, and that's the start of the business. So we started Kelachandra Brothers, our first registered company, as a trading firm, and then we got into profiles. And when we met Pavel and Aristo in 2011, we signed up with them as sole distributor in India, and we got into those days. We started lacquered products. So Thomas was already a little bit into paintings and coatings, where he was importing some lacquered products or paints, polishes from Spain, and he had already advanced a little bit on that. And we started to do coatings on glass. And with the coatings on glass and Aristo's profile system, it was a winning combination. And that's how we started Aristo sliding doors in 2011. Yeah, so that is our starting vertical, and that still remains one of our main products, the sliding door manufacturing and supplies. That is more towards a B2B business where we support OEMs. So OEMs who manufacture the carcasses, whereas we take the responsibility of taking the measurement, manufacturing it, transporting, installing, and taking care of the warranties and guarantees. So we solved a big pain point in the market by taking the full responsibility. Typically, other players, they were supplying only the hardwares or the components. We solved the pain point by giving a solution to the OEMs, and that is how, and that still remains our core principle, and that is the reason why we are the only company in India with 5 factories across the region. We have a factory in Delhi, we have a factory in Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Kerala. So the only reason to put up 5 factories is to give the customer a great experience by taking the full ownership, from taking the measurements, manufacturing, transporting, and not only handover, but also the service. So with our own factories and our own service teams and our inventories, we are able to give that customer the great experience. So the sliding division still remains one of our front main revenue stream. We also launched cabinetry, namely wardrobes, in 2016. And just like how we innovated in the floor to ceiling sliding doors, which was an innovation in the market, we focused on innovative wardrobes. So we have a set of wardrobe designs which is called Infinity Series, which goes up to 10 feet height in lacquers, in glass and aluminum, in PVC membrane foil, in laminates and digital prints. And this is a unique perspective in terms of the kind of offerings that we are giving in our wardrobes. And very lately, we introduced kitchen also into the product range. And with kitchens and wardrobes, we have launched the Atelier program, which is our franchisee model with a full showroom set. We have opened about 12 franchisees in India now across the geographies. And that engineering has come in very handy to automize our factory. So in India, the cabinet manufacturing is a very unorganized sector. So that education that I got from Singapore and the experience of in working in the robotics line and the instrumentation line has come in very handy in automizing and organizing our backend, which is very important to give the customer the great experience. Because buying the hardware, buying the boards is only, and buying the machinery is only one portion of it. But putting it all together at the right time and at the right quality and at the right speed is the most important aspect for a customer. The IKC Green Manufacturing Award, as soon as we saw the category in IKC, we were quite happy because we were not aiming for the award, but Kurola, my partner, he's actually a champion in sustainable living. Before he joined us as a director, he was already doing consultancy for big corporates on how to reduce the carbon footprints and how to reduce their utility cost. And he's a champion in this. And of course, my background in engineering, so we have already taken that responsibility and stewardship of preserving the environment. So as especially as woodworking and panel processing manufacturers, we have the added responsibility of you know taking care of our environment, and hence we consciously have been working towards a sustainable future. And first thing we did is to source even grade boards, which we normally import. Now it is available in India, so which has got very low formaldehyde emissions. We also use very low VOC paint products, which we source from Germany and Italy with certification, so that when we use this in a new customer's house, there is no new smell, and the smell is actually, it causes allergies and it can even cause cancer. So we take conscious decision to not get into that. So that is one portion of it. And then we have also, in coordination with our warehouse supplier, here we have installed 624 solar panels, which generates about 600 kVA of electricity, which actually powers our whole Bangalore plant. So 100% of our electricity is solar now, solar powered. So that is another step that we have taken. The third one is today water is a very big problem. There is a lot of scarcity, especially in Bangalore, where it is an elevated plateau. Sometimes we have to drill even 3,000 feet to get water, and that's really a very big problem. So when we put up these factories, we've also put borewell charging points. So all the roof water is charged into pits beside our borewell. So the water is going into the pits and it will percolate into our borewells. So that is another implementation that we have done. And last but not least, we have also put a sewage treatment plant to recycle water, where it is used in the washrooms as well as for plantation. We have used a lot of plants and greenery here, and we use that water for that purpose. So these are the initiatives that we have taken, and that's the reason why we got an award in IKC, and we are very very happy because it's a collective effort, and it is only an acknowledgement towards the a sustainable future, because we cannot exploit what we have, and then what happens to the future generation. It's a very big problem, because we have our kids growing, and hopefully their kids also. The earth is the only place to live. Elon Musk has failed to materialize going to Mars. That is the case, and we will be able to inspire and motivate our fellow colleagues in the industry. Whatever small that we can do, as more and more people contribute into it, it will become definitely a big change that will promote sustainable living. In Europe and Americas, this is already a very big topic, and it's considered very very serious. So in India, we are very very early in this regard. But as we take care of the businesses and we focus on growth, this is also equally important. We should not leave that and abuse the environment and then grow. It defeats the purpose. Yes, and we have the responsibility to our customers also. And for that matter, we have to give them products which are non-carcinogenic, and there should not be any VOCs in the product. Today, the unorganized market of the cabinetry and the panel processing industry, there is a lot of scope for improvement, and every colleague in this ecosystem has to recognize that and adopt that. Thank you, and thank you IKC for recognizing this, so that that recognition we are now broadcasting to others, not as an achievement, but it is an opportunity for us to convey the message that these things are equally important to us. And this is only, the award is a byproduct of the efforts that we have put in, but we are very happy that we got that award.